Hey guys, welcome once again to the VA School. Very excited to be with you on this journey. I have put together an intro video for you, and we're just going to kind of walk through what you really need to get started. What are the important things to really focus and concentrate on? And then we'll do an overview of the course so that you'll be able to see the flow and how the slides are going to work and all those fun things, okay? All right, so the very first thing that if you haven't done this work yet, these are the 6 essential steps to start your virtual assistant business. Now, of course, you can always start or go through the course without doing this, but I really like to focus on this. I didn't quite think it was meaty enough to do a video by itself on. You will be able to find this PDF to download in our bonus section. But what it does is it walks you through all of the important steps to really, form that business. So these are the steps to start your business. And then what this course really is about are the nuts and bolts of building that business. So I just thought we could kind of skim through this together. If you haven't downloaded this yet or you haven't, checked out the bonus section yet, I encourage you to do so. And if you want to go ahead and grab that, we'll kind of walk through this together. So again, the very first step, obviously, is to name your business. And this is not something, though, again, that I really want to stop you from moving forward with this course, but it's definitely something that you want to do. I really encourage people to name their business and make it official. It not only helps make it official in your mind and really helps get you in the mindset of this is actually real, this is a real business, and I'm going to take this super seriously. But it's also going to help you for tax purposes. It's going to help you when you're working with clients, and you will be able to provide an EIN number from the government versus your social security number. So this way you're always doing business to business with somebody instead of just working, as a subcontractor. So like I said, I am not going to really dive into this too much because the PDF I put together is pretty self-explanatory. I even give you an exercise in there to kind of help you come up with some names and how to, work through that process. Once you have that done and it's registered with your Secretary of State, then you can go ahead and get that EIN number, which you're going to get through the IRS website. And one little piece of advice here is every time you are trying to do something that is a true government website, make sure that it's got a .gov at the end. So if you notice the SBA, which is the Small Business Association, which I reference in the PDF, is a .gov. And anytime you see an IRS or you want to be on that true IRS website, make sure it's a .gov, because there are lots of websites out there that might say irs.net or irs.com, and that is not the government website. So just make sure that you're aware of that. The other thing is creating that business plan. Now, this is not something that, again, I want you to fall down a rabbit hole with, but go ahead, Google one-page business plan, get that layout and get that form filled out, because we're going to walk through this course. Is going to walk you through the building blocks of, creating that vision and really understanding what direction you want your business to go. But putting that business plan together early is a really good idea because it's really going to help set up that framework for you. Another thing, and this is a lesson that we're going to go through together in this course, but it's going to be creating that RFP or contract. So RFP is a request for proposal or a actual contract. So that is not something that you need to really do ahead of time. I just want you to know that it is a really important step to building your business. You're going to set up a business bank account. And this is something that I encourage you to do from the very, very, very beginning. It's very important, and it really helps to keep your business and personal accounts and just keep that all separate and keep it nice and clean. So when it does come time to file taxes and you're rocking it in your business, it's really nice, clean, and easy for you and your accountant. And then the other thing to consider, now there's a lot of people that start their businesses that there's people that do this for years and don't ever look into this, but I encourage you to look into the professional liability insurance. To me, it's like having health insurance or car insurance. It's just a really good, it's just it's nice to have, right? Just in case you should need it. So just wanted to run through those 6 steps with you real quick. But again, download that PDF from the bonus section so that you can take care of, the majority of those before you really get started. Okay, so the other thing that I like to talk about too are these course completion secrets. And to some of you, it might be a little elementary, but I really do like to walk through these with you because I feel that sometimes we just need these little reminders, okay? So we're gonna just walk through these real quick too. So schedule it, make it real. And what I mean by that is whether you schedule an hour, like an hour a day or a day a week to dedicate to this course, put it in your calendar. Just like any other appointment, I promise you that this is going to be such a huge mover for you, because if you schedule it and you stick to it, you can get through it so much faster than if you go in with the mindset of, I'm going to do it when I have time. So even if you're working full time right now and you can only make time for this, 1 hour in the evening, then schedule that into your calendar. And if it's only 2 days a week, that's fine. It doesn't matter how fast or slow you go. It just matters that you actually are always taking that step to go forward. Okay, make time for the VA school. And what I mean by this is that, I'm going to be sending you emails throughout the course that are meant to help keep you on track, highlight what's important for that week, make sure that you read them. It's really easy to skim over things and think, well, I'll get back to that later. But the whole purpose of it is to try to really keep you on track with this course so that you can, so you can complete it. It was really created to be easy to follow and provide you the support that you need, but it's not going to do you any good if you're not reading it. So make time. And what I mean by that, read those emails. Okay, I also want you to complete each worksheet. So every module, you'll notice, has 1 or 2 worksheets, checklists, maybe it's a tip sheet. I just want to make sure that you download all of them, at least download each one that you're going to need for each module that you're in, so that it's there and you're ready and prepared every time you sit down to do a lesson. Now, the lessons aren't long either. I really tried to be really conscious of the fact that people don't have a lot of time. I tried to simplify it and give you the absolute, the most bang for your buck, if you will. So they're not long, they're not complicated, but please download those worksheets and work through them, because I promise you, it's just like doing homework or, when you were back in school. It's really important to make sure that you keep up on that. Okay, and getting and staying involved. This is so important because it is, again, if you even think back to, the kids that were really involved in class, right? They were usually the ones that got good grades, kind of excelled at things. I'm encouraging you to do this because there are going to be questions that come up, and you are going to hit stumbling blocks or roadblocks, and I'm here to support you, and everybody else that is going through this or has gone through this is here to support you. So I want to make sure that you join that Facebook group. The link is included in this introduction section for you. So join the Facebook group, introduce yourself once you get in there. If you have questions, if you even want to set that group as an accountability for yourself, you can use it any way that you want, but I really want you to get involved, because if you have questions, I guarantee you somebody else has the same question. So don't ever be afraid to, to jump in there and ask questions, or even to give advice, when you feel that you have something to lend that could help somebody. All right, and then know your learning style. So, what I mean by this is, whether you like to take notes, you prefer to just, work through the downloads with each module, pen to paper, Google Docs, whatever it is, know your style and be prepped, right? Be prepped for each time you sit down to do a lesson. Okay, and the last one, don't rush, but do not stop. Okay, so because I've seen people like rush through this course and miss a lot because they're trying to go too fast, or they're doing 10 other things while they're trying to listen to the course. And again, the lessons are very manageable, so set that time aside, sit down and dedicate whatever time you set aside to this course. Don't try multitasking and doing 100 other things. So, and again, if you get hung up and you have maybe a week that you just couldn't fit it in, readjust your schedule. Just don't stop. Okay, I always look at it like, if you go on a diet and you happen to cheat, you're not going to just go back to your bad habits, right? Because you have a goal in mind that you want to lose this weight. Well, right now you have a goal in mind that you want to get this business up off the ground, built, thriving. And regardless of what your situation is, that is everybody's end goal that is in this class. So I just want to make sure that, you guys just don't stop. Always make sure that you're doing something to, push yourself forward to that finish line. Okay, now it's the VA school checklist. So this is just, really simple. If you are a list checker, I put this together because sometimes it's really nice and it can kind of give you a little boost of confidence as you go through, check everything off, and you'll be able to look at that and visually in a snapshot see, hey, this is how far I've got so far. Or if you're not as far along as you thought you would be, then it might be time to, readjust the time that you're putting into it. And then the other thing, the course completion roadmap. And the reason that I put this together is I feel, goal planning is huge. We have a whole section, a whole lesson on it. And this is really nice because I give you basically, what you need to do week by week. It's, this was built to be a 5-week program. And every week I give you, what your action steps are, where you are going to be able to find, if you need to go back and reference it, where you can find the module and the lesson, the details of it, and then you can add your notes to that. Okay, now just quickly kind of going through the slides and just a overview of the course. This is going to be at the beginning of every module, and it's a sneak peek of what is coming up ahead. So you'll see all of the lessons, and all of the highlights are going to be on this slide, the sneak peek slide. Okay, so we're going to start out with obviously the most important part of all, defining your goals. And we're going to really work on these business fundamentals in the beginning. Then we're going to work on identifying your target market. We're going to define your niche or your specialty. We are going to create your message, your own unique message. We're going to create your ideal client profile because that is going to fit nicely into your target market. They are two different things. Then we're going to create your vision, mission, and value statements. We are going to work on pricing your services. That's a really good lesson. We'll work through all of the different options that you have, what's going to work for you, and I'm even going to give you some tips on, saving, putting money aside for taxes, give you a little insight into, how a program that I'm actually using that's really helped me a lot. RFP versus contract. So this is request for proposal or a contract. What's going to work better for you? Then we're going to help you create some processes. We're going to do your intake process. We're going to do your onboarding process. We are going to create your follow-up systems for you. So when you are out there prospecting, you have a good solid follow-up system in place. We're going to create your online presence. We are going to work through those email address and signature issues that sometimes get overlooked, but they're super important. We are going to help you get social and talk all about the social media aspect of your business. We are going to work on branding your business. We're going to talk about where to find those clients and how. So we're going to go through the specific sales strategies that are going to help you land those clients. Choosing your clients. This is a big one because you might know where to look for them and you might know how to land them, but it's your business and you actually get to choose who you're going to work with. And then it's showtime. We're going to dazzle those clients and teach you everything that you need to know about retaining them, creating that referral-based business. And then we are going to give you a few tips on how you can upsell your services. And at the end of every module, we are going to do a little happy dance together because you have to celebrate those small wins, right? Like we've got to celebrate those because it's what keeps us moving into the next phase. So I'm going to show you, she's going to do this little dance for you and you're going to jump up and you're going to do the dance and we are going to work through this together. So again, print everything that you need for each module and lesson that you're going to work through and let's get to it.